Design is traditionally oriented towards a luxury market. I really strongly believe that design at its core is about problem solving and solving problems in graceful ways with a little bit of foresight and hopefully with some sort of positive social or environmental impact. I'm glad to be here, and I know this is a small gesture, but I hope that it helps and improves your lives in some way. My name is Emily Pilloton, and I'm the founder and executive director of Project H Design. We've set ourselves up in a way to focus on the really important issues, things like water and global health and education, and to catalyze a young generation of designers. The organization was founded, honestly, out of my own frustration in entering the industry as a young designer and feeling like there was a disconnect between what I was doing and what I wanted to do. One of the first projects that we did was the redesign of the Hippo Roller, which is a water transport device that was designed 15 years ago and is produced and distributed only in South Africa. We recognized what our weaknesses are, and we immediately partnered with the San Francisco chapter of Engineers Without Borders. And through that partnership, I think those kind of complements are really what makes the projects holistic and thoughtful and really sustainable in their solutions.
I fetch water easily with the Iporala, and the liters that are here in the Iporala are more than the 20 liters that we normally use. I come only twice to fetch water from this place. I don't have to come over and over again.
This is the original Hippo Roller. It holds about 24 gallons of water. So the redesigned version retained the same aesthetic and the same form as the original. The one big change that we made is that we separated it into two parts. So the top can be flipped over and nested in the bottom piece, and then they can be stacked together and shipped much more efficiently. To go beyond going green means to look at sustainability in a more holistic way and to always have this balance between what is environmentally responsible and what is socially responsible. You look at something like the Hippo Roller, which is bringing water to people that wouldn't otherwise have it, yet it's made out of plastic, and very few people call that sustainable. So it's this weird balance between what we're making in the first place and how we're making it, and oftentimes I think what we're making in the first place doesn't get enough attention. The difference between traditional design and the way that Project H operates is that we're not designing objects, we're designing tools. And so the ultimate goal is to design something that can empower someone to do something else, something that enables. And whether that is something like the Hippo Roller, where you're giving someone a tool to transport water more efficiently, you're freeing up all kinds of time for women and children in particular to go to school, to start businesses. The way I like to talk about this is designing products that are byproducts of something more important. We have 9 different chapters worldwide, and there are 6 in the US and 3 international. The projects usually are self-initiated by the chapters. It forces designers to have to problem find. To ask the chapters to look locally, to understand what the local context is, and within that context to isolate what the issues are, what the problems are, and where the points of entry are as a designer is I think the most important step in the process. We've also been approached by a couple different nonprofits and schools in particular. The first project that we started working on that was really focused on education is this math playground called the Learning Landscape. It was originally designed for a school in Uganda called the Katamba AIDS Orphan School. Math is a really interesting design problem to tackle because math is universal and you can teach math in similar ways in Uganda as you can in California or the Dominican Republic. At the beginning, we really did not know what this thing was going to be. We knew we wanted to provide a solution for math education. We very quickly realized that there are plenty of objects available on the retail market, a lot of plastic electronic things that were very prescribed in the way that they were used. To sort of flip that on its head and look at education more as an experience than as a defined object was the approach that we took. The learning landscape is made from reclaimed tires that are buried in the ground. Inside this grid, you can play a series of games that teach anything from 2 + 2 all the way up to basic algebra. One of the favorite games, hands down across the board, is a game called Match Me. You use chalk to write numbers on the tires. The teacher will call out a math equation. It could be 2 + 2, it could be something really complex like 16 times 32 divided by 4. And the students have to compete to find the tire with the right answer on it first. When we first started the project, it was initially just for the Katamba School. But while we were developing this, we realized that because math is universal and because education is a global issue, there was a huge opportunity for scalability here. To design a system that was easily constructed in any part of the world using very, very basic labor. All you need is a shovel and tires and some string. We knew it would work for, say, 500 other schools worldwide.
We're going to play a couple games. One of them is called Match Me.
We built 4 more learning landscapes at the Bertie County School District in North Carolina. We wrote the rules specifically for math. The teachers had adapted the same game rules to teach geography and vocabulary. For something like the learning landscape to be successful in Uganda and in North Carolina and now in the Dominican Republic is an incredibly powerful thing. And I think that's something that's specific to design, that design can deliver that kind of context specificity and universality at the same time.